Hey everybody, it's Michelle, Trader Girl ATX, coming at you with my end of day update for today. I think it's Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. I've been kind of lazy and not making my end of day updates lately, but whatever. I've been doing live streaming for a couple hours every day, and you can get your fill of me there. So let me give you a little screenshot so you can see my equity curve. Oh, I forgot. I changed from Quantower over to the Top Step X platform, so the chart's not as groovy as I'm used to. So you're not actually looking at a picture of my equity curve, but I'll post some kind of a picture that shows my net gain for the day. And that was net $7,797.60 on a grand total of 158 trades of the NASDAQ futures. So that's what I did today. My win rate was 70.06%, profit factor 2.05, average trade duration 5 minutes, 5 seconds, and I think that's all I got. I don't get as many groovy stats off the Top Step X platform as I did with Quantower, so I'm kind of missing that. But it looks like tonight I finally got approved to go over on the new Top Step X dashboard. So I now have to wrestle with the idea of if I'm going to be a subscriber or do some sort of mojo so that I can connect my Quantower back in through a super secret back door using some kind of X something data. I don't really know exactly how that works. Haven't tried it yet, but I have been feeling kind of successful on the X platform after, one morning of being Little Miss Cranky Pants, not being happy, feeling betrayed. Yes, that's that's on one of my previous videos. Anyway, I got this all done. We're 2 minutes and 20 seconds in on this. And I guess I didn't really think through what else I wanted to say. Let me think about what I can say to try to be a little bit more. What else did I say? I live streamed for 3 hours and 56 minutes today. And did I tell you that was 158 trades? I trade way more than the average bear. My win rate's pretty good. Been doing pretty well lately. So anyway, not sure what's going on, but tonight my eyes look super blue. No filters, no makeup, just me. Anyway, what else was I going to say? If you are an intermediate type trader of futures, I guess if you trade stocks, you can watch me. It's the same attitude, same mindset, no matter what you're trading. But I don't have the energy to go through and try to teach people the basics because there's enough content like that on the internet everywhere. All day long, you can Google schmoogle like the best of them. But if you want to actually learn how to do something that's very, very difficult, and I mean very, very, very like to infinity difficult, so difficult that they say 95% of traders will fail. I think it's got to be much higher than that. But trying to trade NASDAQ is literally the most difficult thing I've ever traded. And I started trading back around 1997, 1998. If you're an old timer who used to trade and be on the Yahoo Finance message boards, I like IPOs. I used to get lots and lots of IPOs back in the day when I was a web developer at Dell Computer in Round Rock, Texas. And that was a fun time. That was a good time. Back in the day, had a groovy little job, led a team of 21 web developers in 5 regions, I guess. And I was kind of fancy because I was a girl who came from number one, I was a girl doing web development back in the day when everybody was coding in Notepad. And they learned, people teach themselves how to do these things, but I came from a graphic design background. I had put myself through college at the University of Texas. I worked in the computer labs for the residence halls, and at the time, this was back around 1988 through 1992, they were the world's largest computer labs, and I worked in those labs, and by the time I was a senior studying advertising at the University of Texas College of Communications, I ended up being one of 3 students who worked under the direction of, I don't know if she was called the director of the Housing and Food Services, but I was one of 3 students who helped run those labs. So I was kind of a badass back in the day. And then, life happened. I was a marketing director, got into graphic design, eventually started building graphics and doing some coding for like wireless tablets when I worked for an insurance company. I designed some logos and artworks for a satellite TV network for the insurance company. I ended up going into like membership, marketing, public affairs, and ended up started doing web development back around I want to say 95 maybe. Yeah. At the time, like, don't quote me on the dates, but like Internet Explorer wasn't a thing, Firefox wasn't a thing. And we called them online forums back in the day when we had dial-up internet access, and that was me. I'm not a grandma, but you could probably call me the grandma of the internet. And that's a little joke back to Al Gore pretending he was the creator of the internet, which don't get me started on that. But yeah, I've been around for a while and ended up working at Dell. I did intranet web development for the legal, travel, Microsoft program, and the board of directors websites or intranet sites. Won awards every quarter for design, and I had calls from headhunters. I don't want to say daily, but very, very frequently. In fact, back in the day, I remember Wired magazine was looking for an editor. And I wanted to be an editor for Wired magazine. I thought that would be so badass because I've won awards for my writing over the years. And they told me I was overqualified. So it's just sort of a funny little thing that I've done in my life. Just want to give you guys a little background story on me. So I've done a lot of exceptional things over the years, and don't get me started on my legal experience as a pro se and the various nightmares I've lived through in my life. That's a whole story for another day. But now you know a little bit about me. I did leave Dell after getting a $16,000 raise because there was a contest on CBSMarketWatch.com, and it was called the Survivor Day Trader Challenge, and I don't remember the stats on it, but it lasted several weeks, if not 2 or 3 months, possibly. It lasted quite a while, and everybody had a fake $100,000 to trade. And by the time that it was free, it was just a little free contest. And I'm sure most people are not as driven as me. They probably played around for a day or two and quit, but I started a week or 2 after the contest began, but by the time it ended, I finished the contest number 14. And I thought, what do I need a job for? I'm gonna be rich. Don't laugh at me. Don't make fun of me. But I did quit my job, volunteered for layoffs, took the package. Short story is, within about 10 days, I realized I was pregnant with my first son. We'll save the rest of the story for another day. Anyway, that's enough about me for now. But if you would like to learn how to trade NASDAQ futures, you will probably learn something by watching me when I do my live stream. And I like being a free human being, so I don't have a fixed or scheduled time. Apologies for that. Just subscribe, like, and you'll get a notification. And you can learn after hours too. You don't have to only trade during the market. Anyway, I just remembered I have a trade on I haven't looked at for the last 10 minutes. Take care Night, night. Love you. Sweet dreams. Have a good day, babe.